How is everybody? I hope you are not scared looking at this teacher
My my
with her
uh my
specs on.
my mic was off, and I was telling you your your spectacles are looking very sexy, very nice.
Thank you, but it is to hide something. Like
What?
like my this eye got swollen.
Acha.
Yeah, I was doing, I was feeling very heavy and feel wanted to vent out a lot of, so I did breath work. And after that, I cried so intensely that I think something got pressed.
Acha.
So yeah, but I think it will get better in few days.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, please don't get scared of this
yeah.
teacher tonight. Okay?
No, no,
She's
no.
not strict. Okay. So hi Lena, I hope you have not slept off. I know it's late night.
No, not yet. I was listening.
Okay, great.
But
Okay, so tonight we are going to touch this topic, which I think we did it last time, the intuition part. It's a like the whole book is so interesting. And Rebecca, I'll come back to the question that you messaged me yesterday. But before we'll do this topic, okay? So here, so this is the book, Lena. We did it, I think 2-3 weeks or a month back. Intuition on this book, and it's an amazing book. You can also buy and read this book, and it talks about how to develop intuition, and how the heart is the place of intuition and the brain is the place of intellect. So here, so again, Osho is, and this is the book of Osho. And here again, he's talking about the fact that uh, uh, the heart and the head, both these things are like, they are working totally opposite. The head is always thinking, and the heart is feeling. So, and he urges us that, shift your attention from thinking to feeling, because it is when you start feeling more, your intuition will develop more. Okay. And he talks about the fact that kids are born very they're intelligent. He says intelligent is equal to intuition, but he says that we make them stupid by giving them a lot of training. So intelligence or intuition is inherent in born in child, in a child, in born in, even in an animal. He talks about that all animals are intelligent. But what, and here there is this beautiful story. And as you know, Osho is extremely funny. And he shares the story of the animal school. And there are these animals, like one is a rabbit, another is a bird, a squirrel, a fish, and an eel. Okay. So these are the animals who come together and they decide that they will start a school. And both have they come to a board meeting, and they are discussing what should we do. And the rabbit will say that let's make running compulsory. The fish says let's make swimming compulsory. Okay. And so everybody was, and the squirrel said let's make climbing perpendicular compulsory. So all of them were saying that make this compulsory. And finally what happened, they said okay, let's make all of them, bring all of them together and make a curriculum that we all have to follow everything, whatever each one of us are saying. And what happens is that the rabbit, he was doing an amazing thing in running. He was running and he was doing very fast, but the moment it came to climbing perpendicular, he was falling off and he was hitting his head. And so, and in running he was getting an A. Okay. So but while he kept falling, so उसको तो हुआ ही नहीं, he got an F in climbing perpendicular. But after a few days he started getting C even in running, because he fell down so many times that he could not even run. Okay. The same was the case of the bird. The bird was doing amazing in flying, and and it was getting an A in flying. But it started. It wanted to create a burrow in the ground, and while trying to create the burrow, it broke its beak. So now the bird has so much pain. Now she cannot even fly. Okay, so now she's getting a C even in flying. Okay, so this is the story where he says that finally who wins. So do you remember, there is a rabbit, a bird, a squirrel, a fish, and an eel. What do you think, which one won?
And the last one is what?
The eel.
Eel.
Eel. Okay, so he says finally the valedictorian of this school was the eel,
Let's
because it did everything little. So then it won, but it meant that he also didn't do anything, actually, little of everything, but he was the best, because even the best who were actually best in something, they also couldn't perform. Yeah. So from this he talks about the fact that the system, that the society has created such kind of thinking, beliefs, pattern, and the kind, they have actually, they have forced on us, have made us look very stupid. He says that nobody is born stupid, but the education system is like that, makes us feel stupid. Somebody who is very good in English is forced to do maths, and if that person fails in maths, then we label them as, oh, that person is stupid, he doesn't know anything. Somebody might be very good in music, but that person is forced to study and do great things in the field of academics, and then again, when he or she fails again, we say, oh, he is so stupid. So this is what happens even in the intuition part, that we uh, पढ़ाई तो दूर का बात है, even in daily life, when we take on so many teachings from the society, family, and everything, we lose our uniqueness. And this uniqueness is so important to develop intuition, because there is so much of layer that we cannot really feel what is the truth, real truth. Okay. And after a certain point of time, even if you want to come out of this, this so much of conditioning, it is difficult to come out, because we have become very comfortable. It's like a habit it has developed, and it's so difficult to come out. Yeah. So here, he says that if you really want to be intelligent, you have to be a rebel. Okay. Only the rebellious person is intelligent. What do I mean by rebellion? I mean dropping all that has been enforced on you against your will. Okay. And from this, I remember, the chanting organization, our and the mentor of that organization that I belonged is Daisaku Ikeda. And we were told that chant with the same heart and vow of the mentor, of Daisaku Ikeda. And we had to imagine that he and I, the heart is same, and we are chanting with the same spirit. Okay. But in even in that organization, where there were there were different groups in the organization, there was one which they used to keep talking about mentor, and they start copying the mentor, instead of really feeling what the mentor wants, how that how the he wants all of us to surpass. And mentor never wants a true mentor will never want his or her disciple to really blindly follow him or worship him. He would actually want his disciples to surpass him, and that's what was even Daisaku Ikeda's dream. But most of the people there, they used to, it's like a worship game happened. And then also, they would not and there are few, even in other organizations, you will see that some people even start copying how the mentor looks. They will if a mentor in an organization has long hair, you will see. I personally saw one guru came, I would not mention it here, He's a very enlightened master. I really respect him. He came to Copenhagen, some months back, and I saw one of his disciples who looks exactly like him. Exactly. And his the way he styles and everything. So this is where the uniqueness of an individual goes off when you mimic. That's what he's saying. Don't copy anybody, don't imitate anybody. You are unique. You will be able to develop your intuition only when you are able to be the true you. Again, in Mahavtarji's kriya, kriya that we do. So there also they say the kriya that we do, they say that magnetize your spine with the guru. Yeah, when you are doing kriya, imagine as if the guru and you are one, and it is the spine. There also some people, they confuse it. They, what the guru wants is to not to copy him or follow him. It is that because hamare life mein, our life condition, we are not yet enlightened. So our life condition keeps going like this, up and down, like a roller coaster. So when we make our heart one with the mentor, or we magnetize our spine and make the guru's spine one with it, the guru's energy stabilizes us. That's all. We are not worshipping the guru here as well. Even there also they say that if you keep, finally enlightenment also doesn't happen if we keep holding on to the guru. That is also mentioned there कि एक time के बाद आपको गुरु को भी छोड़ना है, otherwise enlightenment भी नहीं होगा. So this is what we need to, even when we are working on intuition, we also have to remember that this, again, the guru part is also so important. It comes, yeah. And a rebel, so he talks about the part that don't, if you really want to be intelligent, you have to be a rebel. Only the rebellious person is intelligent. From here I remember my own personal experience, where I from childhood I have been loved by my so fights bhi hote the, bahut kuch hota tha. It's a joint family we used to have. But when we grew up, my cousin, she one day she was telling me that I love you so much, but at the same time you have such good qualities, you're so compassionate and everything, but at the same time you don't listen to anybody. And but that didn't affect me, because I know that deep down, like, it is not arrogance, it is self assurance. I will listen to somebody only when I completely believe that, yes, or I have experienced that in my life, or I can deep down, it says, yeah, it's right. Okay. So even with people like in our life, I think we have all experienced Dr. Newton. He's such an amazing master. There are so many mentors in my life, but there are two mentors physically whom I have met, and they have really mesmerized me with their the kind of what can I say, they are so pure and they are so correct, so precise. If you follow them, it is going to transform your life. One is Dr. Newton, and another one whom I met recently is Pradeep sir, Pradeep Vijay sir. Okay. Yet after meeting these two people, there is 5 to 10. Yeah.
Who is Pradeep Vijay? Who is Pradeep Vijay?
I went to this retreat now, Rebecca Di. Do you remember? So you should really visit him, or watch his videos. Like, he's
Where
amazing.
is it? Coimbatore?
No, it is in Jolarpettai. Near Jolarpettai, Agathir Pyramid.
Where is there Jolarpettai? I haven't heard.
Jolarpettai Madurai te ache, Rebecca Di. Yeah.
Acha.
So it is not very. It will be 11 hours, I think, from Hyderabad, from your place.
That is his.
Yeah, and I told you, right? Every month they have this. When we spoke over the phone, every month they have this. This new moon and the full moon meditation, full mona meditation. Okay, and his every single word that he speaks is just, it's like jewel. If you follow, it is going to transform your life. It's like that. But still, these people, still there will be 5 to 10% you do not relate. Because you also have come from an experience. You are also unique. You also know that no, this I cannot accept. Okay, maybe if there is a dialogue someday, we will get to a common ground, and may truth win. That will happen, but that's a different story. So that's what I'm saying, that be very unique to yourself. Be a rebel, understand what you are, which is truth for you. Okay, and then so yeah, so and he talks about this okay, he says intelligence is the capacity to respond moment to moment to life as it happens, not according to a program. So here again he talks about, he talks about those pandits, जो एकदम रट्टा मारते हैं पैरट जैसा, कुछ सीख लिया है उसी को बार बार रिपीट करते रहते हैं. तो बोल रहे कि लाइफ में ना आपको क्वेश्चन सेम क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. Every moment your questions are different, but what you're doing is that you are preparing for an answer and you have by hearted an answer. You thought this is the answer. Okay, so then you will not be able to see that's why they say that why do people get bored, because they have by hearted something and they live the whole day like that. They thought, okay, this is how I what the life, or how I should speak, how I should behave, where I should go, this is how things should be. But he says it is like a moment to moment. You should be feeling your heart so much. You should be doing what your heart says, not what I have learned. That's why unlearning is so important, coming out of this onion peel. Okay, and then again he talks about and if you have ready-made answers, he's yeah, this I have discussed. And even Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about the fact that live every day as if it is a new incarnation. आप कल कैसे behave किए किसी friend के साथ, I'm not saying in a wrong way, but always see how can I behave differently, how can I react differently, how can I speak differently. Every day should be as if you are a completely new person. And that's what the intuition, that's what will bring so much of joy, creativity. You will have a very adventurous life, without any boredom. Yeah. And then again, this is another line. He says stupidity is repetition, repeating others. It is cheap because you need not learn. Learning is arduous. One needs guts to learn. Learning means one has to be humble. Learning means one has to be ready to drop the old. One has to be constantly ready to accept the new. Learning means a non-egoistic state. Okay, so this means this is what we do now in meditation, that we are constantly, whenever there is a problem, we constantly learn what is it that I can learn from this problem, so that every moment it is not like whatever I like, it's not like रिपीटेशन करना है. ओ इस सिचुएशन में ये प्रॉब्लम है तो इसमें ये वाला आंसर होगा. ये आंसर नहीं भी हो सकता है, कुछ और आंसर हो सकता है. लेट मी लर्न इस मोमेंट में मैं उसको कैसे रेस्पॉन्ड करूं. सो देन वी शुड बी वेरी अवेयर मोमेंट टू मोमेंट, completely one with the heart. And that's when we'll able to respond with intuition. Okay, and then he comes to this part. To live in the head is stupidity, and to live in the heart and use the head whenever needed is intelligence. So he also gives a very good concept. बोलते कि head एक extreme point है, intuition है और एक extreme point. तो आप कभी भी head से intuition नहीं ला सकते हो. Okay, the midpoint is the heart. Okay, and heart is such a place where little bit of head is also there and a little bit of intuition is also there. Okay, देखना आप जब heart से हम जो breathe in breathe out कर रहे, you're still कुछ ना कुछ हो रहा है, but you're feeling the heart and you can still think. Okay, and the intuition also can come there. So that's why heart opening जो हम लोग meditation करते हैं, that's a very beautiful way of being in the heart space and then asking for a question and then receiving the answer. Okay, and this is what, and and then finally he talks about the same thing. जैसे he gives the same example of a flower. Okay, बोल रही कि flower हमने सीख लिया है, रोज कैसा दिखता है, रेड है, ऐसा दिखता है, इतना सुंदर है. तो कोई भी इंसान जब normal person who is thinking with the head, that person when he thinks looks at the rose, he'll think, oh, it's a beautiful rose, it is red. Okay, that person will just give this conclusion because he has learned it. But somebody who is feeling from the heart, that person will he will see the rose for as if he's seeing the rose for the first time, and let me see what this rose brings to me right now. How am I feeling? People with heart and people with people who are in the heart space, these people, when they look at the sun, when they look at the stars, they feel so so elated. And that's how when we are in that space, we can also develop a lot of intuition. So I will end up with these final lines. that nobody else is going to help you. You have dependent on others so long, that's why you have become stupid. Now take care. If it's your responsibility, sorry, now take care. It is your responsibility. You owe it to yourself to have a deep, penetrating look at what you are doing with your life. Is there any poetry in your heart? If it is not there, then don't waste time. Help your heart to weave and spin poetry. Is there any romance in your life? If not, then you are dead. Then you are already in your grave. Come out of it. Let life have something of the romantic in it. Something like adventure. Explore. Millions of beauties and splendor are wanting for you. You go on moving around and around, never entering into the temple of life. The door is the heart. So beautiful. The final line that you go on moving around and around, never entering into the temple of life. The door is the heart. So yeah, so beautiful. And Rebecca, you are asking the question, na? Not asking, you are actually mentioning that, Sanju. I feel so confused. You sent that message.
না
Yeah.
আমি বলছি
Hmm.
মানে now there is nobody else, it's you and me, that right from
It is in a recording, Rebecca. So just be careful, okay? Yeah.
so, what I'm saying is, right from childhood, I have generally, for women, not consciously, unconsciously, by
Okay.
default, I have always been living from the heart. Okay, like for me, the heart is the predominant. There is the head, heart, and there's the gut. Gut is the intuition, and the heart is in between. So, but I have at 56, I realize, although I have become somewhat well baked, like a brick. When a brick is very well baked, it becomes hard. No, so now but I have seen that when people live from the heart in this world, just without thinking, they hurt them. They are completely misunderstood. They are completely taken for granted. They are bullied. Like, no, when people live from the heart, nobody can be indifferent to them. They will either love them or they will hate them. Clarity is always there. Nobody's ever, the moment a person who lives from the heart, when a room or say a congregation of people, a collection of people, they will never ever be treated like, they cannot be ignored. And people, they are intimidated. A lot of people are intimidated by people, and they want to put you down. They will want to hate you. They want to bully you. They will hurt you.
Absolutely.
So, that person goes through so much.
But also, Rebecca, don't you think that it is also a process of evolution and transformation as well? Like
Yes,
there
it
was a
is.
time, Rebecca, when I was continuously bashed by people, okay? Bashed left and right, insulted, and I was thinking, what did I do to deserve this, and but I think with it's also depends on past lives karma, and transformations and learnings. এখন একটা টাইম এরকম একটা এসেছে রেবেকা দি where most of the people respect me, most of them, and you are correct, there are people who envy me because so many people respect me, okay? So there are people, recently also something happened. I went to for some
envy
reason.
envy ভুল বললি, envyটা হচ্ছে ভালো জিনিস, jealousy is the envyটা is a constructive emotion, জানিস তো? envyটা corrosive নয়, jealousy is
Yeah.
corrosive.
Yeah. But it doesn't affect me anymore. That is also another thing I've seen. আগে যেটা affect করতো, it used to affect me a lot. Why is she behaving like this to me and all these things. Now, detachment is a very beautiful policy. I have lots of friends, but for some reason, even in my astrological charts also, they say that I'm a very detached person. By birth only, I'm like I will love, at the same time I can get detached as well. If I get hurt immediately, what I will do is that I will say goodbye. Okay. And it's not that I will insult or hate somebody, but I'll say that okay. So for that reason, that has grown even more in me. Okay, if something happens, I can quickly detach, and then I go back to my own meditation, my studies, my friends. I have such lovely people, you people. Then why do I need to worry about who is getting jealous or envious about me? Yeah. So এর জন্যই তো these satsangs are so beautiful. Here there is only love and unconditional love. Huh? So then we don't need to worry so much about what the society will always be like that. People are of different, the soul evolution we studied, right? Different people are from different soul. Their evolution process is different. Their stage of evolution is different. We cannot expect them to be nice to us. So that is also an understanding. When I understand this fact that okay, this person can only understand this match, then I will also not have that superiority that, oh, she's jealous of me because I'm like that. No, I'll just accept that, I accept you just the way you are.
But
This has developed.
process of evolution is, I think, very, very painful. It is like a butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, na?
Yeah,
ভীষণ
true.
পেনফুল, মানে এত
It is, it
পেনফুল
is.
যে কখনো কখনো মানে মনে হয় যেন ভেঙে একেবারে চুরমার হয়ে যাচ্ছি, সব শেষ হয়ে যাচ্ছে, তারপরে অ্যাশেজ থেকে আবার স্ফিংস এর মতন
Yeah,
ওঠা,
yeah.
you know.
But কিন্তু Rebecca, have you observed that, they also break our ego?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
And I'm
yes.
so grateful for that. I have observed that actually sufferings have taught me more than joys. They have broken your ego so much that at the timer por, we think that, oh, see, I have this, I have that, I have a beautiful family, I have, a wonderful house, I have my parents. And suddenly maybe, your husband or something will do some, or your father will do something to you, and you will say this is momentary, gaya, kuch nahi hai haath mein, and then you are no longer basing yourself with this external makeup. Hey, I am this, I am that, I am beautiful, I am this and that. Nothing, sab chala jata hai, ek thappar khate ho to. So the universe gives you this thappar so that you come back, that you are not nothing, you are just divine, this pure self. Don't tag into anything else.
Yeah.
বুঝতে পেরেছো? And joys will give us appreciation if we are in that heart space. If you are really, they will give us that appreciation, that thank you so much. I didn't imagine that suddenly such magic can can come in my life. I'm so grateful.
আমার
So
একটা প্রবলেম হচ্ছে জানিস,
হ্যাঁ
ভীষণ হয়ে যাচ্ছি, ওই প্রোক্রাস্টিনেশন নিয়ে কথা বলেছিলি,
হ্যাঁ
প্রোক্রাস্টিনেশনটা আসলে প্রাইমারি প্রোডাক্ট নয়, প্রোক্রাস্টিনেশনটা হয়ে যাচ্ছে আমার সেকেন্ডারি প্রোডাক্ট। দ্য প্রাইমারি প্রোডাক্ট ইজ, ইউ নো হোয়াট ইজ, একটা ইয়ে, কি বলবো, লেজিনেস, মানে কিরকম জানিস তো, আই এম শাটিং ডাউন, শাটিং ডাউন, আমার ফ্যাকাল্টি শাট ডাউন করে যাচ্ছে, আমার মাইন্ড শাট ডাউন করে যাচ্ছে, মনে হচ্ছে কিছুই করব না।
তুমি কি গ্রাউন্ডিং করো?
না, গ্রাউন্ডিং তো করি না, মানে মানে
হ্যাঁ,
আলাদা
একটু সময়, হ্যাঁ, এটা না, মানে that's what I said, Pradeep Vijay really gives you, he's like, he'll give you some formula and you just have to follow, and
কি
it
করে
it works like magic.
করে যাব যদি যেতে চাই?
যেতে পারবে। আমি তোমাকে ওই আগাথিয়ার পিরামিডের ওইটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো, আমি তোমাকে অ্যাড্রেস এন্ড এভরিথিং, and just you can call, আমি ফোন নাম্বারও দিয়ে দেবো, যে you can call, but make sure that he's very strict. If you talk, yeah, that is what I really don't like about him, but apart from that, he's an amazing person. Yeah.
What if?
যে মানে তোমার কিন্তু মনা, you have to be in mona.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you cannot speak. If you speak, they might throw you out of the ashram. So that kind of strictness he has. So
That has to be there. I have no problem. At this
yeah,
age, I understand that things have to be
yeah.
imposed.
But yeah, he will change. He will change your life. As
So,
Amar, you have seen, I have so many mentors. But
mm,
Dr. Newton is like, he's my heart. Nobody can say anything about him because he has transformed my life, like, so much. People, some many people, they don't know about him. They have not experienced him. So they just
yeah.
make assumptions about him that he's not good. But I and you have experienced him. What a man he is.
Not only have I experienced, I can say, I cannot yet say that he has transformed my life. Not the way, because you have done many more courses with him. But
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, that is where everything started. He was the
Yeah, he
matchstick.
starts. Yeah, yeah. Even there is a
He
girl
was,
called Priya Kannan. I met her in Agathir Pyramid. She also said, I very magically, we met at the same place in the SCTP where I and you met as well.
oh.
So she was also saying that her journey also started with Dr. Newton. So,
For me, he will always remain the matchstick that
oh
lit
my
everything.
God, don't tell me. Rebecca Di, there was one day I went and I was in deep despair. And I went, it was last July. And I just sat, he was like, they were welcoming one after another who wants to talk. There was not many after it was a break time. And I went to him and I was just crying, telling him my story. Okay. And there are people, he just listened to me being one with me. And he didn't say a single word. And just that, that's what they say now, that, listening is so healing. He could have given me so many guidances then, that ye karo, wo karo, this karo, that karo. The kind of humbleness this man has, I, uh, I have not seen anybody such humble as him. Especially in the spiritual world, he's the most a humble person.
And
Yeah.
had I told you about my PLR experience? Did I tell you?
No, no. Oh
I
yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
you told me that that Khudiram, na? You experienced Khudiram. Yeah. But do you know, Rebecca, there is a small catch. Okay. I'm not saying that you are not Khudiram. It is completely okay. You might be because you are also Bengali, maybe born in the same place. So what they say that sometimes, as for example, I saw myself as a Radha in one life. Okay. Okay. And I asked Dr. Preeti that I'm very confused. Am I Radha? How can I be? And I told Dr. Preeti about an experience that,
Maybe a
huh?
gopi,
Sorry?
maybe a gopi.
Yeah, no, what he said, what they say, what she said, and even Dr. Newton says is that, people will say like this. He saw three to four Gandhis in his life, all coming and saying, I was a Gandhi. Okay. So he says that, what means is that their life was archetypal like Gandhi. It might not be exactly Gandhi, but their life might be like Radha, like Khudiram. So then I realized, otherwise, I was unable to sleep accepting this, because I have so many flaws. How can I be Radha? But this is what he explained. And it really, yeah. Then again, another thing what he says is that, bahut log, he said that, 'cause sometimes people get confused. Did I see the right thing? Did I not see the right thing? He said that, see whether your life has transformed or not. If after the process, your life has transformed, then what you see doesn't matter. Your life has
No.
transformed, right?
Just
So,
before that, there was a break, and that was the last meditation of the day. After, so you know how I am a little friendly with Doctor, not Doctor, Mr. Potluri. So
okay.
during the break, I went to Mr. Potluri and I said, "Sir, I want my money back, sir." He smiled and he said, Why? I said, no, sir, मेरे को तो कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, मेरे को ना कुछ दिखा ना, sir. I want a refund. Like, यार, you know, I speak, मतलब, I'm friendly with him. So I said, please give me a refund, sir. मेरे को तो कुछ भी नहीं दिखा. लोगों को कितना कुछ दिख रहा है. No, there's still a little bit here left, and then we will see. Like, then after that, when that happened, the thing is, so as I said, it might not have been Kudina, but ওই রকমই তো ক্ষুদিরামের সাথে তো আরো ছেলেরা ছিল। ছেলে, এবং সব থেকে বড় কথা হচ্ছে যে আমার একটা ভীষণ না কষ্টিক যে ইমোশনটা আমাকে মোস্ট অফ দ্য লাইফ আমাকে খুব বিরক্ত করেছে, সেটা হচ্ছে রাগ। I was a very angry person. অ্যাংরি অল দ্য টাইম। আমি যখন জন্মেছিলাম, এখনো আমি বলছি তোকে যে আমার মাকে সবাই বলতো, অনেক লোকে আমার মাকে, এক তো আই ওয়াজ বর্ন অনেক দিন পরে, আমাদের বিয়ের 6 বছর পরে মাই মাদার কনসিভ মি। আচ্ছা, অনেক কষ্ট করে 7 মাসে আই ওয়াজ আ প্রিম্যাচিওর বেবি। তারপরে when I was born, a lot of people would tell my mother যে এর তো ভীষণ রাগ, ওর মাথায় সব সময় জব করবে। আমার মায়ের নাম লক্ষ্মী ছিল। তো বলতো, লক্ষ্মী, ওর মাথায় না জব করবি, ওর ভীষণ রাগ, ওর ভীষণ রাগ, মেয়েদের এত রাগ হলে তো খুব মুশকিল। আর সত্যি সত্যি তাই ছিল, জানিস তো। কিন্তু এই এই পিএলআরটার পরে মানে যে
একদম Yeah, PLR and inner child, even the thousand seeds of joy in that Mata Lakshmi talks about, when Ananda Karunesh channels Mata Lakshmi talks about that, sometimes, even with us, I meditate so much. I don't even work because I want to meditate, I want to be with the divine and everything. Despite of that, there are so many things I cannot have a breakthrough, right? Then I reach out to Dr. Preeti because I cannot do my own therapy, and every time she takes a class, I see a big breakthrough. Like, একটা therapy class nebe, একটা breakthrough. Mane, I'm not saying breakthrough in terms of physical, but emotionally so many blockages, are gone, I can feel, and ওটাই হয় যে এই যে the anger was gone. Whether you were Khudiram or not, did that matter? The end goal is your anger was gone. That is what matters.
And Tia is not like me. আমি যেমন খুব খুব তাড়াতাড়ি লোককে, মানে I'm very forthcoming. চট করে, that doesn't let people in her way. She is like a fist. She's like a
That's why when I did her session, first I shared my painful story, my childhood painful stories, so that she could relate.
Yes.
Said, this happened with me, that happened with me, and then she could, yeah, I can completely relate. And she's just a child now, 25, 26. So
তো আমাকে বললো, না মাম্মি, আমার খুব ভালো লেগেছে, আমি অনেক কেঁদেছি, আর আমার সেদিন রাত্রে খুব ভালো ঘুম এসেছে।
হ্যাঁ, খুব কেঁদেছে বেচারা, কিন্তু I was happy that she cried. ওটাই তো চাই, because তখনই কর্মাটা বের হয়।
তো তুই, I mean, if you can do it,
I will take a feedback from her that how is she doing. তারপরে I'll take another session.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. I'm so grateful to have you as well. ठीक है Rebecca di. Acha, and another thing that you talked about, the confusion part, na? You had this question. So this book talks about the confusion part in such a way that they say, and I used to feel that, I sometimes feel I have experienced so much in my spiritual path, so much of learning, so much of realization. Still, there are so many areas where I feel so confused. I feel like a dumb, sometimes. So there even Osho is saying that the right and the left brain, they work very differently, and the right brain is the brain of intuition. The left brain is like sharp, like my husband or our husbands who are working and they are like busy in earning money and they know nothing. Okay, so these people, they might look like as if they are very successful and all these things, but but or kuch nahi hai bolte hai, like because it's the left brain. But the right brain is creative, intuitive, and all these things. It is the female brain which receives, which is in the being mode, and that's where the intuitiveness also happens. But at the same time, because it is only depending on intuition, sometimes it is so confused. It is natural for people who are very intuitive to get confused. Then he gives example of Lao Tzu as well, where Lao Tzu writes a quote where he's saying that I am so confused. So then I feel so assured that okay, I'm not the only one. Everyone in this world, even spiritual people, they get very confused.
On a personal one-to-one, then I will tell you about that particular thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yes, sure,
the
sure. I'm eager to hear that, Rebecca.
the
Okay.
Satori that happened. I told you about the
Amazing.
Satori. Huh?
Yes, yes, you told me. Yes, yes. We will talk
So
over the phone.
yes.
Okay.
No, I am confused. I do feel confused and lost and, abandoned sometimes. But on the other hand, something comes up, some sign I get, some synchronicity, happens. Then,
Hmm.
no, 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 somebody has my back.
Yeah, yeah. And as you said, you are correct. Sometimes you feel that the whole world is crashing on you. You feel
Yeah.
this is the end of the world, but actually you are rising like a phoenix from the ashes.
Then nobody cares what is happening to you.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when you when you hit the bottom, suddenly something comes up. When
Ah,
you're in the heart, something
hmm,
responds and tells you, no, no,
hmm,
no, not I'm no. There is
hmm.
somebody who
True, true, true.
like
And Ache
crying.
go, and we feel we are alone. There is always someone to always guide us. We are not
Great.
alone.
Mashtami dine এত কেঁদেছি এত matlab that and those are not tears of sorrow, those are tears of joy,
Wow.
those are
Good.
tears of joy of মানে কি বলবো
Yeah.
বলতে
I think you have the blessings of your grandfather, and he's there, and that's why helping you in your transformation.
maybe maybe
Yeah.
when we talk on the one to one, then I will tell you about Vishwajit has gone and taken that kriya, na?
Dada has taken the Kriya.
Yeah, just see, আমি মানে আমি গুরুজির সাথে ঝগড়া করবার জন্য ইয়ে করলাম যে আচ্ছা এটা তো ভালো তুমি এটা তো হোয়াট ইজ দিস, হ্যাঁ আমি বাড়ির মেয়ে আমাকে টপকে ঘোড়ার টপকে ঘাস খাওয়ালে তুমি আহ হ্যাঁ চক্রবর্তীকে মানে
হ্যাঁ, ঠিকই তো, তুমি কেন নিলে না ক্রিয়া? তুমি কেন নিলে না ক্রিয়া?
সে দ্যাট শুরুতে শুরু করলাম, তারপরে আই ওয়াজ ওভারকাম বাই গ্রেটফুলনেস যে আমার ভাই দেখ আমি না ক্রিয়া ট্রিয়া নি না, আমি তো ডিসিপ্লিন নই, আমি তো
হুম, হুম,
নই, একটু ডিসিপ্লিন চাই তো, নয়তো
হুম,
ওর ক্রিয়া হবে। আচ্ছা এ আবার ঠিক উল্টো, মিলিটারির লোক একদম ডিসিপ্লিন,
হুম, হুম।
he was not at all matlab he was a very hardcore, he was একদম এইসব spirit
Ah, Kriya is like then, Mahavtar Babaji guides you. Once you take Kriya, you cannot, falter. He
ওরে
will take you to the right place, to the right person, to the right man.
সেই লোকটা এখন কিরকম পাল্টে গেছে 1-2 মাসে। সো what I felt was actually আমরা যদি গাড়িটাকে চালাতে দুজনে মিলে চাই, both the wheels were actually two different directions.
Hmm, hmm,
He is a very good man, but he
hmm.
এইসব স্পিরিচুয়ালিটি এসব বিশ্বাস টিশ্বাস করতো না একদম, এই পিএলআর কি সব এই ফর হিম ইট ইজ অল বুল ক্র্যাপ, ইট ইউজ টু বি। Now he has come back a completely transformed person. Can you imagine? He
Hmm.
went to Canada with Tia to keep matlab ওর নিজের পিআর এর জন্য তো যেতে হয় না মাঝে মাঝে, because to keep the PR he has to go.
Hmm,
He,
hmm.
and during that time that convocation was happening after 4 years in Los Angeles, যে SRF এর headquarters in Encinitas. So এখানে the convocation was happening.
Oh, okay.
His sister was going, and his sister saying, "Why aren't you coming? You are the one who introduced me. You also come." He said, "No, no, no. I don't have. I'm not going. I don't have any plans." And
Hmm.
one spend so much money on in US dollars. এখন আমার কাছে টাকা ফাকা নেই. So you know what she has done? She has bought his tickets. She has paid for his everything just to take him along. So you tell me, the key will be what will you say?
Experience. Yeah.
আমাকেও বলছে ফোনে ওখান থেকে এই আমাকে
এক
মুন্নি
minute,
বলছে
I will just put the recording off and then we can keep talking 1 second, huh?